All right, guys, I've got a question for you. As I sit right here, how fast am I moving? Now stop and think about that for a minute. I'm not in a car. I'm sitting in a rolly chair. But I'm just sitting here. So how fast am I going? I really hope you said that you're not moving or that you're going 0 miles per hour or some other form of you're not really moving. And to a certain extent, that's true. I'm sitting here in a chair. I'm not going anywhere. It is very, very true to say that my speed is 0. However, there are other ways of looking at this. And that's what we're going to look at, is why is my speed 0 as I sit here, but we're going to find out that at the same time it's not. So first, how we determine speed. We have to look at something and then see how fast we're moving compared to it. So usually what we use is the ground. So right now I'm sitting here and I can look at the ground underneath me and it's not going anywhere. Compared to the ground, I'm staying in the same place, which means that my position, where I'm located, is not changing, and so I'm not moving. My speed's 0. However, if I look at something other than the ground, I might see that I am in fact moving. So this is still, for me sitting in a chair right here, not moving at all, 0 speed. At the same time, if I were to look, say, at the earth, and instead of focusing on the ground right underneath my feet, what if I focused on the very center of the earth? So if I were like to cut this open and I focused right on the center of the earth, something surprising happens, that me sitting in my chair right now, and let's say there's America, I'm about right there. The earth is spinning on this axis, so it's spinning like this, and compared to the center of the earth, right now I'm moving. I'm traveling in a circle around the center of the earth. And in fact, I'm moving at great speed. The distance around the earth, if you go right smack in the middle, is right at 24,000 miles or so. I may have that figure a little bit wrong. That's off the top of my head. But it's over 20,000 miles around that way. You traveled at 20 some odd thousand miles over the course of 24 hours. That's moving really, really fast. And in fact, I have a cheat sheet pulled up so I can see this. For somebody in Knoxville, Tennessee, which we're very close to here in Maynard, as you move around the earth in this circle, you're actually moving at 866 miles per hour. But that's compared to the center of the earth. So right now in my chair, as I'm sitting here, compared to the ground right underneath me, I'm not moving. Compared to the center of the earth, I'm moving at 866 miles per hour. I'm a fast teacher, what can I say? This gets even worse because the earth is spinning like this, but it's also spinning around the sun, traveling in a circle. So not only am I moving compared to the center of the earth, if I use the sun to calculate my speed, I'm moving in this circle around the sun, and this circle is truly huge. The average distance between the earth and the sun is 93 million miles. We can estimate it's about 100 million miles. That's a little big. If we are to talk about the circumference of the circle, how far the earth travels around the sun, we're talking over 300 million miles. That's a huge distance. And this is traveled in 1 year. Remember, 1 year is the time it takes the earth to spin around the sun once, or to go around the sun once. So we're traveling that distance, 300 million miles, over the course of 1 year. That speed, if we calculate it up in miles per hour, is 66,700 miles per hour. So sitting in my chair, compared to the ground, I'm not moving at all, 0 miles per hour. Compared to the center of the earth, I'm moving at 866 miles per hour at the same time. And compared to the sun, I'm moving with the earth at 66,700 miles per hour. A huge speed. We can make this even worse. The sun itself actually moves around the galaxy. The galaxy we're in is called the Milky Way, and the sun is in one of the outer arms of the Milky Way galaxy. And just like the Earth spins around the sun spins around the center of the galaxy. And compared to the center of the galaxy, the Earth and the sun and the Earth and us on the Earth are moving at a speed of 492,000 miles per hour. So how fast is something moving is kind of a tough question, because sitting here in my chair, if I'm compared to the ground, it's 0. Compared to the center of the Earth, I'm moving at almost 900 miles per hour. Compared to the sun, I'm moving at 66,000 miles per hour. And compared to the center of our galaxy, I'm moving at almost 500,000 miles per hour. So basically, it depends. Anytime you're measuring the speed of an object or the location of an object, you have to use what's called a frame of reference. And this is the key thing to take away from this. A frame of reference is an object that you assume to be not moving, and that you measure all other distances, positions, speeds based on that one object. So if I use the ground as a frame of reference, I assume the ground's not moving, and I compare the motion of everything else to the ground. If I use the center of the Earth as a frame of reference, I say that the center of the Earth is not moving, and then I compare everything's motion to that. And basically, by picking different frames of reference, the description of motion changes. And so you have to have a frame of reference, an object that you consider to be not moving, that you use for all measurements involving position or speed.